Hello students, today we are going to start our next topic, that is agrochemicals. I hope you all have seen all the videos of first topic. In this, that is agrochemicals. First what we have to see, the basic introduction. This picture indicates that there is a one man and who is spraying certain chemicals, and that spraying of chemicals that is for increasing the crop production. This is called as a agrochemicals. And in this we have to see the basic introductory part. What are agrochemicals? These agrochemicals, agro that indicates agriculture, chemicals that is the chemicals which are used in agriculture. What what are the uses of these chemicals in agriculture? To increase the crop production. That is, these are specifically used to improve quality and quantity of food. Means ultimately by using these chemicals in agricultural field, we are increasing our quantity as well as quality of food. These are the certain examples of agrochemicals which are used in day-to-day life. Then, can you think that is it really possible to grow the crops without agrochemicals? Yes, but these without growing our food products with agrochemicals, that ultimately reduces our yield of production, and hence these agrochemicals should have balanced use, then optimum dose, then there should be correct method of application, and there should be a very right time of application of agrochemicals on the field. Then what are the important uses of agrochemicals? These chemicals are yielding high varieties of food products. As that there are advantages, but there are lot of disadvantages of agrochemicals. These agrochemicals are having effect on environment through soil, water, air, as well as on human health. What are these effects? That we will see one by one. These negative effects of agrochemicals on soil health, that it kills the beneficial organisms. In soil, number of organisms are present, and by application of agrochemicals onto the soil, we are killing the number of important organisms which are very useful. Then increase in nitrate level of soil. These different fertilizers which are increasing the fertility of soil, that get also destroyed with the help of that agrochemicals. It damage the natural pH of soil, that it alters the pH. Then it decreases soil quality. It also kills, that is a number of microorganisms, and it is again that is increasing the toxicity level of nutrients. It also kills these earthworm. These are also called as a friends of farmers, and by the application of these agrochemicals we are killing earthworms also. Then there are certain residual effect, means after application there remains a lot of percentage of agrochemicals into the soil, that is there is a residual effect, then it is again toxic to soil microorganisms. And what is effect on water? This water become unfit for drinking. Means whenever we are using agrochemicals through water, that is through water we are that is spraying towards the our food plants, and these runoff agrochemicals into the streams, lakes and other surface, and that water can increase the growth of algae. There is a lot of increase in the algae due to this use of agrochemicals. There is also change in quality and composition of aquatic ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystem means that is there are number of animals or that which are living in that water, that is called as a aquatic ecosystem. And by the accumulation of these chemicals, in the water bodies there is a change in quality as well as composition. Then what is the effect of air? Whenever we are spraying these agrochemicals, these pesticides can contribute to air pollution. And these pesticides, it is having occurs when pesticides suspended in the air as particles, they are carried by wind to other areas also. Means not only it is affecting that particular area, but it is also affecting that nearby areas. Then weather conditions at that time of application, as well as the temperature and relative humidity change as the spread of pesticide in the air. While spraying pesticide, that particular weather as well as temperature, it also gets changed. Then what are its effect on human health? This human health, it is having direct effect as well as indirect effect. That there are number of pesticide induced disease, and which are that Alzheimer's disease, asthma, birth defects, cancer, diabetes, learning disabilities, Parkinson's disease, reproductive problems, and more than. Means it is not only affecting our, that is air, water, food, but also it is affecting our human health also. There is one example, that is in Kerala. There is an endosulfan tragedy. What is this endosulfan? Endosulfan, it is a pesticide which is specifically useful for the, that is a cashew nut, and this was banned in the year, that is a 2001. This classifies this endosulfan as highly dangerous insect killer, and it was banned in 62 countries because there are different hazardous effects of endosulfan. This endosulfan being very toxic, it is an organochlorine compound and which was sprayed in cashew plantation in Kasaragod district since 1976 to 2001 regularly 3 times every year. And this is nothing but United Nations organization. In this slide, this picture shows that there are different hazardous effects, that they birth defect, and hence it was banned. This aerial spraying of endosulfan was undertaken and to contain that this T mosquito bug, to, that is killing this T mosquito bug, it was sprayed over the cashew nut. And by the 1990s, these health disorders of very serious nature among the human population came to the limelight, and hence it was, that is totally banned. These children were found to be worstly affected with the congenital abnormalities, then mental retardation, physical deformities, cerebral palsy, and epilepsy. These are the number of diseases which are, that is hazardous effects of endosulfan, and hence it was banned. These pesticides, these are having very toxic effect on human body. We will see the different examples like chlorpyrifos that damage the nerve system, endosulfan T that is having effect on DNA mutation. What is mutation? Mutation is nothing but whenever there is a change in genetic material, that can be DNA or RNA, that is called as a mutation. And hormone disorders, neurotoxicity. Then heptachlor, it is again a chlorine containing drug or pesticide, and it is having toxic effect on nervous system, then liver damage. Quinalphos, that is having effect on developmental, reproductive system as well as neurological damage. Aldrin, that is having very toxic effect on human health causing cancer and infertility. Chlorophenophones, that is having developmental, reproductive, neurological damage. Chlordane, it also affects nervous system, lungs, liver, kidneys, eyes also. Then DDT. What is this DDT? DDT is nothing but diphenyl, dichloro, trichloroethane. We have to see the different structures as well as synthesis and applications of these pesticides in detail. But this is that is as per the introductory part. These are the different hazardous effects. This DDT, it is having toxic effect and it can cause cancer, hormone disorder, and infertility. And how these particular pesticides comes into our body? These pesticides, these are sprayed on the food products, and whenever we are eating different vegetables, that intake of these vegetables, that ultimately enters that pesticides into our body. Means we can easily observe that if there is any person who is not having the habit of, that is a tobacco chewing, but that is also suffering from cancer disease, then how is it possible that this person without any, that is different habits, that bad habits, then though it is having cancer, and that can be the cause that these particular pesticides can enter into his body through this, that is channel, that is first after spraying into agrochemical or agriculture, then through these vegetables it can easily enter into the human body. And these are the different hazardous effects, and hence this toxic effect. Then how we can, that is reduce this use of pesticides? Means we have to reduce the use of pesticides, but we have to increase the crop production. How is it possible? There are certain pesticides which are after, that is used, that can be easily degraded, and these type of pesticides, that is called as a biopesticides, that we have to see in detail afterwards. This is about the introductory part, and the remaining, that structure, application, different types of pesticides, that is basic classification of pesticides like insecticide, herbicide, weedicide, fungicide, bactericide, plant growth regulator. We will see in detail, that is in the next lecture. Thank you all of you.